Om Shanti. Such a beautiful topic. When I was told about the topic, I thought it's really true that one has to have interest to have disinterest. Anything that you move away from out of sorrow will hold you. So sometimes our entry point into disinterest is from a very low frequency. Things happen, situations happen, and as a result of that, we say, okay, I'm not going to get involved, or I'm not interested. But the seed of that disinterest can't sustain you. So anything that is born out of sorrow will hold you. And so the topic is very relevant to have interest in having disinterest. And it's really about knowing in what I want to give my energy. Because when I give my energy to the right things, everything else will automatically fall away. When you see the sun rising, and you see the beauty of the sun rising, you don't look at the darkness, you look at the sun. And so, if we give attention to the things that are of high frequency, that which lifts us up, other things doesn't matter. If I try from a low frequency, I will see the things that I think I need to move away from. When you came by the plane, from the aeroplane, it helped you develop perspective because you started at a high frequency. You weren't watching whether the car was overtaking the other car, and it didn't upset you because you were high above and your priority and your feeling was different. And so the whole aspect of developing disinterest comes from my entry point. Because if I do anything out of force, at the moment of my vulnerability, it'll just come back. Anything you move away from out of force, out of compulsion, when you are feeling vulnerable, it'll stay at you just like that. And so the method to be able to move away from something is from a deep, deep inner state of love. And so I was listening to Ishu Dadi. I don't know how many of you know Ishu Dadi. You know Ishu Dadi? Ishu Dadi is a very, very special soul. She came to Baba at a very young age. She used to be the one who used to understand Baba's handwriting. And so Baba used to write the Murli for Mama to read it. And it would be written in Urdu and then Sindhi, but it was written so fast. And Ishu Dadi had the ability to be able to write it neatly. And she had the ability to take Baba's things in that way and be able to deliver it in a way. She's the one who used to get the Murli out by 12 o'clock every day. And Ishu Dadi is now 93 years old. You probably saw her at the Christmas, And so Baba's original jewel, came to Baba at a very young age. And I asked Ishu Dadi when I was down the mountain, because our topic was on being a royal renunciate. And I'd asked Dadi, did you renounce anything? And before I could even say it, she said, Ba. It's like, it's your priority. When you recognize, and this is the key thing, when you recognize something, you don't have to invest energy in letting go. Yeah? If a child recognizes its parent, no matter how far the parent is, nothing else matters then, isn't it? It's like you say, oh, there's dad, and you're gone. And so I think this journey is about recognition. For a long time we may have known Baba, but how much have I recognized Baba? It's one thing to know someone, but it's a totally different experience when you've recognized them. And when you recognize them, there's a connection. You can know of someone for a long time, but until you've related to them, you can't feel the power that they have to offer you. And so the interest to develop unlimited disinterest comes from the level of recognition. How much have I used my time to recognize Baba? Because when I've really recognized Baba, other things don't matter. When I haven't really recognized Baba, I get caught up. There's a very beautiful Hindi song, and the line of the song goes, what? Tu wohi hai. You are the same one. Have I recognized Baba with the feeling that you are the same one? When you recognize the love of your life, you're able to give up anything, isn't it? Yeah? And so again, then that disinterest comes from a natural space. It's not from a space of compulsion. Actually, in love, you don't give up anything. You just arrive. And so in this feeling, especially I think about my own life. Baba gave me birth through his drishti. I've always taken a lot of support from Baba's drishti. I feel that drishti till today feeds me and nourishes me. It's a drishti that makes you feel loved. It's a drishti that understands you. It's a drishti that makes you feel valued. It's a drishti that makes you feel safe. How much do we sit in Baba's room and let Baba's drishti do the magic on us? Because that melts away that which doesn't matter. When you feel something of a high frequency, that of the low frequency has no power. Yeah. And so, just this first experience of recognizing Baba, understanding Baba's drishti, and let Baba raise your frequency. Then you stay with that which matters. The second aspect that often keeps us in a feeling of needing to hold on to something is we have the belief that is serving me. Whether it's a person, whether it's a situation, or whether it's a possession. If I have the belief that this is still serving me, it will have a hold over me. But when I realize that everything that comes in my life is Baba's commitment to me, Baba is using that soul, Baba is using that situation, Baba is using that object, in order to take care of his child. And when I have the feeling that it is Baba's commitment to me, then I don't hang on to the facilities and the people. Even if people in my life are nice to me, it's wonderful, isn't it? But I believe in life, you can't live your life on bonus. Yeah? You have to live your life on earning your own income. Yeah? Imagine if you just waited for a bonus. Sometimes we'll wait a long time. Yeah? But to earn your own income means your personal relationship with Baba. That no matter what is coming your way, it's a feeling that this is coming to me from Baba via, whoever, whatever. And then there's a quiet feeling that Baba looks after. Baba looks after the child very deeply. And so the feeling that I am directly being looked after by Baba. And when I feel that I'm looked after by Baba, then the soul feels very secure. And when I can feel secure, I can let go. We don't let go because we have levels of insecurity. We think we still need someone or we need something. But souls come in our lives, souls move on in our lives, situations come in our life, possessions come in our life, but nothing is there to ever stay. Has it stayed? Never. It may have looked after you for a while, but things move on. So when I have the feeling that Baba is doing this through someone, or through whatever it is that I'm receiving, it's Baba looking after me, then the soul is able to let go. And it can feel a deep sense of inner security. A security that comes from the feeling of Baba's commitment to me. How often do I just sit in front of Baba and realize how much God is committed to me personally? Not just everyone in general, but the moment you walked into Madhuban, He's called you here. He's acknowledged you here. And He's interested in your journey. And so when I can feel in the midst of, when you hear a real love story, there can be many people around. But then there's two individuals that know each other. And it's a very secured feeling of knowing how much Baba is committed to me. And when I feel that commitment from Baba, I don't hang on to the things thinking that this will look after me. Ultimately, no human being or nothing has the capacity to look after us. They may have the intention, but right now at the end of the cycle, no human being can look after you. When they do look after you, say thank you from your heart. At least they've been able to do that. That's your bonus. Enjoy it and be grateful and never ignore that because a human being has done something good. But your direct income is to know that Baba looks after you. That Baba has invested in you, that Baba has committed himself to you, and that's where your security comes from. And so, again, it's about a relationship of feeling God's security, God's commitment, God's journey with me. And that whatever the soul ever needs, Baba takes care of it. If you really look deeply into your life, Has there been really a time that God has ever deprived you of anything? Think about it. Maybe what you were looking for is not what you really needed, but what you really, really need in your life's journey, Baba will always take care of it. Always. And so when I work with this belief again that I need this or I need that, it makes you subservient. And when it makes you subservient, it will hold you. Another aspect of the interest of having disinterest is to invest in the right things. Yeah? It's about a level of accuracy. If you give attention to the things, because Baba's made it very simple for us, and if we just keep to that which he has used to pave our path, then we will automatically have an intellect that stays free. Your intellect only gets locked when there's an inaccuracy. Think about it. Whether you've said something to someone, or you've used your money in the wrong way, or you have done something that is inaccurate. It may not be big, but any level of inaccuracy will hold your intellect. Think about it in your own life. If there was any time that your intellect got locked, you wanted to move away from it, you wanted to not think about it, but it kept pulling you. If you really look deeper at it, the reason for that is there had been some level of inaccuracy. And so when there's a level of inaccuracy, I can't be free. It's not about a stiff life and a serious life it's none of that. But it's about a mindfulness. If I invest in a good way, accurately in relationships, the relationships in my life won't dictate my life. To stay accurate. Accurate doesn't mean to be cold. Accurate doesn't mean to be formal. But accurate means to invest in that which is pure. And so if I look at an accurate relationship, it's a relationship in which there's deep respect. If I look at Dadiji, one of the deepest things I'd ever learned from Dadiji was her respect. No matter who, no matter what, she never ever showed any less respect. And those energies of respect kept relationships accurate. No matter what comes in your life, never let go of your respect for the other soul. Never. It's not worth it. If you drop your respect, you're going to deal with karma. So might as well deal with the respect. You know? Anything you drop will then hold you. I've always believed relationships first, tasks secondary. Sometimes we get so caught up in getting things done that we forget the very essential. Our daddies never did things task-orientated. They had a relationship. And see where we're sitting today. This is the fruit of the relationships that they held. So accurate relationship is a relationship that's based on purity and a relationship that's based on respect. Using my resources in an accurate way. Everything that comes along my way, if I use it in the right way, it multiplies. And that sets me free. If I just hold on to it, or if I use it in an inaccurate way, my intellect will be locked in it. Every time you try to have yoga, very, very quietly, your intellect will be pulled there. And so, even though I can say to myself intellectually, I want to be free, Baba, I don't want to have interest in all these things. But the karmic account of inaccuracy pulls you. Baba makes it so simple for us. He doesn't give us a complicated life. He says, meet me at Amrit Vela. I remember the very first time when my own journey began, and I just came to Baba. My Lokik family was not at all happy that I became a Brahma Kumari. But here am I today, yeah? And what set me free? Amrit Vela, yeah? And I remember what Dadi had said. I remember saying to Dadi, oh, Baba has come. I know I have to live this life. There's no two ways about it. And all Dadi had said was, meet Baba every day at Amrit Vela, and Baba will take care of your karmic account. And it's about that commitment. Whatever it is that you want to finish, it's like making your Amrit Vela powerful. When Amrit Vela is powerful, it will echo through your whole day. So Baba's given us these very deep, simple systems of Amrit Vela, Murli, traffic control, pure food, keeping a journal or a chart, good relationships. Baba's just given it to us so simply and so clearly. And if I just keep to it, it's like Baba puts me on the road every day. He says, child, just stay on this road and you'll reach your destination. But sometimes we say, no, that looks like a nice road. And then we go off and we then on the road, but we're on the wrong road. Yeah? And so then we can't take the fullness of it. And then because we then get caught up in that space, it then draws my attention, it pulls on my intellect. And as a result of that, I'm not able to stay clearly focused on that which is energizing the soul. Everything that Baba gives us on this journey energizes my being. If something is disenergizing or not energizing me, I have to ask myself, what is it? And then the soul can be free. Also, another aspect of this journey of disinterest is to ask yourself, do I invest in the obvious or do I invest in the powerful? I can spend a lot of time on this journey investing in the obvious. And obvious is the things we get confronted and have to deal with on a daily basis. They get activated by my roles and responsibilities. And they can make me quite absorbed. And this journey is not about the obvious. This journey is about being powerful. And powerful doesn't have to be an advertised moment. Yeah? Powerful doesn't have to be noticed. Powerful just is. So when I step into that which is powerful, then I don't get distracted by the obvious. Because along this journey, a lot of times the interest or the sorrow or the pain that comes is when I get caught up. I get caught up in my role, I get caught up in my position, I get caught up in the obvious things that I have to do. Baba gets those things done in any case. And there will be faces in front, but I need to be powerful. Because God has come at the confluence age to activate my part. Roles we've played throughout the whole cycle. But right now, I'm a confluence-aged soul with a confluence-aged part directly with Baba. And it's powerful. And when I understand my part, I don't get caught up in trivia. If I forget my part, my roles and the obvious journeys will take priority. And all those things change. They never ever stay the same. But my part is eternally recorded. My part is eternally with Baba. My part, nobody else can play. And therefore, when I recognize that, I sit silently and God's drishti speaks the truth and only the truth. Sit in front of Baba whilst you're in Madhuban and let Baba tell you who you are. Then that which is not you will melt away automatically. See what you're taking from. Wherever you take from, that has power over you. Anything you're taking from, you become its servant. Think about it. I have to ask myself daily, where am I taking from? And when I realize even things come my way, and I appreciate it and I love it, but quietly I look at Baba and I say, thank you. Because Baba has made that soul instrument. Anything you take from has power over you. And that's why we make mistakes. No? That's a mistake. A mistake is when you take from the wrong place. It's a mistake. Yeah? And so, when I take from Baba, then I'm free. So to develop this interest is not a forced journey. It's not a journey of compulsion. It's nothing that I actually have to let go of. But rise above something and the rest will automatically melt away. Invest in the right things and everything else will find its own place. This is the beauty of the confluence. It's like the confluence age, the building is being built. You know, when you have a building being built, you have scaffoldings. You know what scaffoldings? The things that help you hold the building up. But once the building is built, you have to dismantle the scaffoldings. You can't hold on to them because now the building is ready. And along our journey to Baba is building me from the inside. And there has to be a time where everything else that you've held on to has to be dismantled. So that that which is truly you is then alive. Okay, so let's enjoy Baba's Drishti. Let's enjoy this powerful moment of power. Madhuban is magic. The magician is here. No? My brother's reminding me. Huh? God, the magician. He does a lot of magic. And so allow Baba to do the magic. And as the magic happens, everything else falls into place. Om Shanti.